Hello, and thank you for tuning in to today's segment of Chesapeake Thrive Show. My name is Emily Edmonds, and I am the Chesapeake Thrives Coordinator. Today, I would like to welcome our guest, Catherine Harris, who is the FAP Coordinator with Chesapeake Human Services. Good morning, Catherine.
Good morning.
Thank you for coming today.
Of course.
And it's a pleasure to talk to you. And so today's segment, we're focusing on our school age supports priority area with Chesapeake Thrives. And so I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what you do and everything that is CSA and FAP related. So just to start off, can you tell me a little bit about CSA? What is the Children's Services Act?
Of course. So the Children's Services Act is a Virginia state law that establishes a single state pool funds to purchase services for at-risk youth and their families. So in short, CSA is a law that was enacted so that all of the kiddos and their families who need services, they don't have to go to multiple agencies to receive funding. They can come to one agency and one pot of money.
Okay, that's good. So how would a family in Chesapeake receive the CSA funding?
So the first thing that they would do is they would get linked to one of our stakeholder agencies. We have Chesapeake Public Schools, we have CIBH, which is Chesapeake Integrated Behavioral Health. We have Department of Social Services, and then we also have the Chesapeake Court Services Unit.
Okay, that's good. So with you as the FAP coordinator, can you tell me what is FAP?
Of course. So FAP is, it stands for the Family Assessment Planning Team. So when a family is linked to one of our stakeholders, they receive a case manager. Then the case manager and the family have a conversation about what's going on in the home, what's going on in the community, what services the kiddo may need. And so from there, the case manager completes a FAP referral packet. And then they send that over to me. And so I, as a FAP coordinator, receive that packet. I review it, make sure that the family meets eligibility. And then from there, I set up a FAP meeting. At this meeting, it's all of our stakeholders, a representative from each agency. And we come together, the case manager is there, the family is there. The case manager presents what's going on, what services that they're requesting, whether it be community-based services, educational services such as private day, or congregate care such as like residential or group home. They request these services, explain why they need these services. And then the team makes a decision whether or not to fund these services and also make recommendations about what additional services may be helpful. So when the family comes to FAP, they're sitting in the room, they're sitting next to the case manager, they see all these smiling faces, we ask questions, we get updates, and then we move forward with services, with recommended services.
Oh, that's good. So it's very engaging and everybody really plays a part in that. So that's really important and very vital. So even with that, how would someone find out if, FAP was something that was suitable to meet their needs of what they needed for their family?
Yeah, so FAP is very engaging. We really focus on family engagement and participation. Families are the experts in themselves, and we want to make sure that their voice is being heard in that room, because a lot of times they may feel that with whatever situation they have going on, they don't have a voice. So we want to make sure that we give them that voice back. If a family wants to see if that they do qualify, they can contact our office, which is the Chesapeake Interagency Consortium, which is located in Chesapeake Social Services. But they can also see if they qualify by getting connected with one of our stakeholder agencies, and they'll walk them through the eligibility process when I mentioned earlier about that FAP packet to see what services they may qualify for and whether or not they need to come to FAP, because some services that they may be looking for are not services that FAP would be required to fund, so they can receive certain services without coming before FAP.
Okay, that's good. So there seems like there are multiple ways for them to be connected.
Absolutely, and if a family has any questions, first getting in contact with one of our stakeholder agencies or contacting Human Services directly to ask to speak to myself or our CSA coordinator, then we would be able to assist them, because it sounds like it can be a very taxing process. We've tried our best to streamline the process, but sometimes things do get a little heavy when you're going through certain challenges with your family.
Okay, that's good. So, what are any ways that the community can support FAP?
Well, the biggest way the community can support FAP, we are currently looking for 2 parent representatives to sit on 2 of our FAP teams. We have 2 already, and so we just need 2 more because we have a total of 4 FAP teams. So if a parent who lives in the city of Chesapeake and who has been through one of the systems, so whether or not they've had a kiddo receiving special education services or they've had a kiddo receiving community-based services, like they understand what it is to go through these certain systems, then they would be a great candidate to be a parent representative. And all they would have to do is complete the application that's on Click, and then I would receive it, review it, give them a call, and set up a time to meet with them to see if they are interested and explain what it all entails.
Okay, that's good. So they can apply on the City of Chesapeake's website.
Absolutely.
Right on that. So that's good. Well, I want to thank you so much for coming today and letting us know about Children's Services Act as well as what FAP entails and how we can support those families in the community. So thank you.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
No problem. And thank you for tuning in to today's segment of Chesapeake Thrives Show.